And I don't give a fuck if my family was disappointed in me, bitch. I'm not impressed by none of them motherfuckers either, so we even.
I decided I'm not working on my attitude anymore, babes. Y'all just gonna have to stop fucking playing with me. It's real simple.
Did y'all ever notice that family would judge you based off of who you were as a child? It will mold that as your character for your adult years and all of that. I think there's a lot of reason why the millennials really don't mess with our family. We are breaking generational curses. A lot of y'all really be having us stuck. So I've noticed that about that's the reason why I don't hang out with my aunts and my uncles and stuff like that. They never got to know me as an adult. They never even attempted to get to know me as an adult. They're basing who I am based off of when I was 13 and 14 years old. I was a child. Now that we are adults, I guarantee you, the people in our family don't even know us. If you sit up there still labeling me up for something I did when I was 12 or when I was 13, and I am now 30 years old, that's a you problem, man. That goes to tell me that you don't care to get to know me. That goes to show me that you don't understand me, and I'm not even about to sit up here and make you understand. I will simply remove myself. But I have really, really noticed that about family. I do not know what was going on with the generation that was before us, and I'm talking about the millennials. Before us, I'm telling you, I could tell they was taking disrespect from their family. I could tell that they saw things that was going wrong in their family, and they just, once again, shut up. Us as millennials, we not going for it. Because who you talking to? I'm a grown adult now. Okay, you either respect me or you can get on. Okay. And now that I am an adult, it is hard for me to respect the adults that were in my life when I was a child, because I just remember them belittling me. I just remember them making me feel like I was less than. And, all of that. And then y'all thought the show was going to continue to carry that with my adult years? Girl, please.
Let's normalize parents apologizing to their kids. Just because you created a child doesn't mean you get a free pass on accountability. See, my parents did a horrible job raising us. 5 kids. 4 of us been in prison. All 5 of us dealing with trauma and relationship issues because of how we was raised. Both of my parents are still alive today, and neither of them has ever reached out and said, "Son, I'm sorry. I could have done better." My number ain't changed. My line of communication has always been open. All it takes is accountability. A few years ago, my dad saw one of my TikTok videos where I talked about how I was raised. He sent me a message saying, "Son, I need to talk to you about some things." I said, "Cool." Sent him my number. Instead of calling me, he sent me his address and said, "You could come over." Now, hold on. I've tried to repair things with my dad before, and it just didn't work out. So you see my content online, and now I'm supposed to pull up to you so you can have this talk. You grew up without a father yourself. You should already understand what a son needs. You should have been searching for me long before you saw a video online. You should have been asking for my address so you can come see me. I'm not saying it out of ego. I'm saying I want to see some effort, because I put effort into becoming a man without a father. I need some of that back, because I'm going to tell you this right now. If there was ever distance between me and my son, I'm going to get him. I don't care what condition I'm in. I don't care what pride I got to swallow. I'm finding my son. I'm having a conversation, because I refuse to damage his life the way mine was damaged. Same thing with my mama. She know how to reach me when she needs some money. She'll send a Cash App request with no message. No, "How you doing, son?" Nothing. Just a request. But somehow, reaching out to repair the relationship never happens. To me, that's pride. That's ego. And again, I'm not saying it's out of ego. I need to see effort, because I put a lot of effort into becoming a man without my mother's love. I need some of that back. And being a parent does not put you above respect. Being a parent makes you responsible, not untouchable. It's an abuse of authority when parents think that they could treat their kids any kind of way and never be held accountable. I forgive both of my parents, but forgiveness does not mean access. From this point forward, if you're not willing to reach out, pull up, and make things right with some real effort, then I have to put boundaries in place. And a lot of people don't like hearing that, but parents are not above accountability.
Y'all definitely owe us some. Stop saying that we entitled. A child cannot be entitled. You chose to have us. We didn't ask to be here, so therefore you owe it to us. As a matter of fact, when I was in the womb, If I would have known that y'all was gonna be poor, I would have never came out. Make me go through the misery and make me go through hell in life because you ain't get your shit together before you decide to have kids. Why would you bring a kid to your miserable world?
Doja Cat's dad didn't open the first link to concert tickets to her show, and so she sent him gay corn disguised as a second link for free concert tickets to her show. And she laughed about it on the internet, but he didn't know because he didn't open either link. Like, he really just don't give a... My God. You know, you think your dad's bad. You know, you think Justin Bieber's dad is bad. Because there's always this trope. Oh, you know, if you make it, your Debbie dad's going to come back and you can finally stick it to him. But, like, that doesn't happen. These guys don't care. Like, you thought they didn't care for you as a 5-year-old. What makes you think they'll care for you as a 25-year-old? He don't want the fame, the money, the clout, nothing. He don't want to be a dad. Like, bro, that's gotta suck. Imagine all your dreams come true, but you know your dad still never even cared. Your parents still don't care. I'm sorry, that's gotta suck.
I find it so funny when someone cuts their parents off and the parents just like, I just don't understand after everything I've done for you, I've always been here for you, blah, 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 like I don't deserve this. Do you not understand how much shit you've put your kid through for them to literally decide that they don't want contact with their own parent? Like, some of you literally be making your kids want to kill themselves, and them cutting you off is the only way that they can find peace. Because you're insufferable. Like, I feel like parents think, like, you know, my kid just woke up one random day and just said that they hated me, and I just don't get it. Kids don't do that. Your kids are never going to do that. If you're good to your kids, they're never going to hate you. If you're good and respectful, kind, loving, you know, whatever to your kids, they're not going to want to leave your side. Some of you literally are fucking horrible to your children. And then when they say things like, you make me want to die, you're just like, huh? What? How could you say that to me, little old me? Oh, poor you. Get the fuck over yourself. Shut the fuck up. Listen to your kids. If your kid is saying that what you do makes them feel miserable, that's not a time for you to say, well, I feed you. Well, I sacrificed everything. You chose to have that kid. You literally chose to have that kid. You willingly brought them into this planet. What, just to treat them like a punching bag and then be confused when they hate you? You can't be that dumb.
The Bible says nobody should provoke anybody to them wrath. Me reach them right now. Me tired. Send me the bomb cloud now. But the boy like dirty girl. Do it now.
So hear me play, a good play. Yes, Lord, keep me, guide me, hold me, fill me, touch me, with the Holy Ghost, with the Holy Ghost, with the Holy Ghost, hurt me, with the Holy Ghost, keep me, Lord, guide me, hold me.
Unpopular opinion, but the moment that I peep that you're holding me more accountable and expecting more of me than you are of your child's father is the moment I subconsciously stop being a part of your village and I stop going out of my way to help you. A lot of women look to the village and look to other single women to kind of supplement whatever their child's father is lacking, but yet refuse to hold that man accountable. If that man is not on child support and I see that you're struggling financially, I am not going to go out of my way to share my resources with you because I peep that you have more empathy for that man than you do for other women. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I cut my family off is because that when I realized that if I was not related to these people, I would not have shit to do with them, that made me realize that I didn't want them in my life. I'm an adult with free will. I can do what the fuck I want to do. If I wanted to cut them off, I'm going to do that. Like, bro, if it wasn't related, I wouldn't even tolerate y'all. I wouldn't even be in the same room as y'all. And I'm grown now. I'm not a kid no more that had to force to tolerate y'all. I'm an adult. I do what the fuck I want to do. Cut the fuck.
You need to start cussing people out or you're gonna die. Yeah, repressed anger can give you an autoimmune disease, which can kill you. All that rage that you're holding in is actively weakening your immune system and messing with your hormones. Cuss people out, unless you want to die.
Most people think you're supposed to take care of your parents no matter what. But my mother left me homeless when I was 17. Not struggling, not barely getting by. I mean, completely homeless. One day, she packed up everything that mattered to her, then she ran off with another man to start a new life. And she made that clear. She left me and my siblings sitting in an apartment in the projects waiting for the locks to get changed. I remember the last day she came back to get the rest of her stuff. She looked at me directly in my eyes and she asked, "So what you finna do?" And I stood there hoping my mama would say, "Come with me," but she didn't. She grabbed the rest of her stuff, walked out the door, and left me right there. 17 years old. No plan, no guidance, no mama, just the streets. So I took it to the chin. I slept wherever I could sleep, pillow to post with my baby mama. Eventually, I got a job. At 18 years old, I got my own place. And I started building a life for myself. I became the man that nobody invested in. Fast forward about 12 or 13 years later, my phone rang. "Hey, son, it's your mama." She had just been put out. Now, she needed somewhere to stay. And I had it. I had the space. I had the money. I had the resources. For a moment, my heart wanted to say yes, because that's my mama. But then my memory kicked in. Flashbacks of being 17 years old, standing outside that apartment, watching my mama walk away. So I told her, "No, mama, you gonna have to figure it out just like I did." And would you believe she hung up before I did? And I'm not gonna lie, I sat there for a moment, shed a few tears, because denying your own mother somewhere to stay hurts. But boundaries matter. Some people think forgiveness means access. It doesn't. I forgave my mother, but she doesn't get the benefit from the man I became without her investment. You can love someone and still refuse to let them benefit from the damage that they cause, because sometimes the harvest people reap is the seeds that they planted.
Confuse the enemy.
Yep.